Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Latrice. Who's with me this morning? You better be with me because God woke me up out the bed to have a message, to give y'all this very powerful message. Normally, I don't get started on Facebook at this time, but whoever is supposed to be with me will show up when they're supposed to show up. So let me just introduce myself. I am Latrice Levitt. I am the happiest woman on the planet. And I am so delighted to say good morning to you today. For those of you who may be seeing my face for the very first time, I am a spiritual health and wellness coach. And the reason why I'm the happiest woman on the planet is because I rock with the source of all things. And I'm very excited about that. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. When I mean I rock with the source of all things, I'm a spiritual health and wellness coach. And what I choose to do in my calling to support humanity is introduce them to who they really are, which are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so I assist people with mainly processing pain, right? And what I mean by that is I help people get in alignment, right? Removing the barriers of pain that oftentimes keep them out of alignment. But here's why I am here. Here's what I came to share with you today. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say a hard time sleeping, but I woke up earlier than I normally do with this thought in my mind. Let me first tell you, I don't have problems with sleeping. I sleep every night because part of what I do is help people who want to live in peace and happiness. I help them get there through my coaching programs and, through the work that I do, right? So if I teach people how to live in peace and how to achieve, a life that is free of stress and, one where they can enjoy their happy and they can enjoy their true, authentic joy. They can create that in their life. Then that means that that's what I do for myself, right? So I don't have problems with sleep. But this morning I woke up early because I heard so clearly in my meditation, in my time with God, tell them, do not make a decision in pain or out of pain. Did you hear what I said? And I don't know who is in this space now because we all have to make decisions, guys. Part of the reason why I am a coach is because I made some decisions out of pain. Painful decisions create painful outcomes. And it was coaching that helped me along the way navigate life and tap into some internal resources that I needed, that I didn't know I had, that I was not aware of at the time. Coaching led me to that so that I could navigate life, become better, wiser, healthier in life, but make decisions that were in alignment with what I wanted to achieve for my life. See, life is based on decisions. And we make decisions out of different places. And what I heard the Spirit say to me to convey with you and to share with you today, and this is why I'm obedient to this, is do not make that decision out of a painful place. Because painful decisions or decisions that are made out of pain oftentimes result in painful outcomes. See, when you make a decision out of a painful place, you might be making it out of emotion. You might be making it out of anger. You might be making that decision out of bitterness. You might be making that decision out of fear. You might be making that decision out of doubt. You might be making that decision out of stress, out of ignorance, out of hopelessness. And chances are that's not going to result in a good outcome. I know this because I've made big decisions out of a space of pain. And fortunately, it turned out good because God is good and I found God's grace in the midst of it. Some of those decisions resulted in me learning what my purpose is so I could be of service to you right now. See, people call me to help them make decisions. Sometimes people aren't ready for coaching for whatever reason. Coaching is a luxury because what coaching says is that I love my life enough to invest in making it better. Some people don't want that for their life, and I accept that. But whether you say that or not, you still got to make decisions. And we are living at a time where there are so many people who are being introduced to discomfort. They're being introduced to the fact, or to the fact that they're not in control. There are so many people being introduced to the new world. We all are being introduced to the new world. Everybody's life is being altered. Everybody's life is in a state of uncertainty. But some people have arrived at different levels of they have arrived at a different level of peace in all of this. They're at a healthier place with it. There's some of us that, despite what's going on around us, it hasn't altered us. As a matter of fact, it made us better. And then but chances are, those people who's operating in that space, they're operating from a higher level of spiritual maturity and wellness, because that's the only way you arrive at that. That's a wellness mindset. That's a wholeness mindset. But all of us are on different levels of our spirituality. I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't even know if you know what this is. Then there are others who have used various modalities that worked during one period of time, but may not work now. Let me just give you an example. Some of you guys are going through some real uncomfortable situations in your marriage right now, in your family. You're juggling a lot. You're juggling a business. You're trying to manage, emotions around all of what's happening with Corona. Maybe this has caused a burden on your family. The financial situation has changed. The kids are at home or they're afraid. You may have some health challenges you're juggling. Your marriage may be strained. Your partner may be disassociating. Who knows what you guys are experiencing in that household, right? That's a family situation. What if you are by yourself and that's not necessarily your problem? Those aren't your circumstances. It may be the loneliness. You know, maybe you're a really outgoing person and you can't get out there right now because it's putting your life at risk. So your life has been altered so much. You're trying to stay alive. You're trying to, you know, stay in a good space, be at peace with it, but there's not enough to distract you because you're used to living, you know, you're so busy that now Corona has really scaled you back and you're trying to make this adjustment, not giving your energy out all the time. You know, that creates its own set of pressures where there's decisions around all of this, right? Because we have to find some way to navigate the stress, the anxiety, the pain, the things we're struggling with in our head at night. Those are the things we don't share with others. Those are the things that we really hold within ourselves. We're not picking up our girlfriends or calling our boys talking about our innermost feelings all the time. Because, you know, a lot of times we got to put on our very strong face. We got to pretend like that does not exist. We have programming back here from our parents who taught us to be strong and that our feelings didn't matter and that none of that stuff is important. So when we start feeling like this, we don't even know what to do with it. Many people go smoke a cigarette. Sometimes that's relief. It's toxic over time, but just for that sensation, that's what some people do. Some people go and they drink. Some people smoke weed. Some people snort coke. Some people, who knows what people are doing. Those are extreme things. Some people eat. Some people shop. Who knows what we do to numb our anxiousness, right? But the reality of it is, these are all decisions that we're navigating. And one conversation could sometimes stop you from making a bad decision. Particularly if you're judging that decision out of a filter of pain. One conversation. I don't want you to have to go through what I've been through. I lived in 35 plus years of pain. Not by choice, a lot of them. I have a whole lot of reasons why I did, and I had to own them and grow to understand what contributed to that, where I went wrong. I had to take full responsibility. What I did right, what I did wrong, what I should have done better, how I was thinking at the time, and how I must move forth. And that's why I became a coach, because after shedding 35 plus years of pain, I can help you make some really good decisions. Don't make decisions about who you should marry from a state of pain. Don't make decisions about who you should divorce in the eyes of pain, feeling pain. What you should say, how you should react. First of all, don't react. You have to respond from a place that maybe you don't know where to respond from, but you need somebody to introduce you to that. Then that's why you call me. You book a consultation and you talk to someone who may have been there. Don't discipline your kids out of a place of pain. You may go too far and live with something that you will regret and they will be hurt from for many years. And I felt compelled to come on here and have this conversation today because what I know for sure, and what all of us know, is that everybody who is walking this planet, and now it's estimated over 7.8 billion of us, each and every one of us, I don't care who you are, how much money you have, what your color, the hue of your skin, your ethnic background, your political affiliation. I don't care if you believe in a God or don't, what church you go to. I don't care who you worship and who you choose to call who you worship. If you are walking this planet and looking at me today, the one thing I know we all have in common is that we are managing a problem. Some people manage it a lot better than others. Some people choose not to manage it well. Some people create more of them than what they should because they're not in mind and heart coherence. They're not in alignment. So they attract a lot of dramas to themselves because they don't realize that that's what they're doing. Whatever it is, we all have that in common. Now that we understand that we all have that in common, how do you choose to navigate yours? Particularly right now, where we are all experiencing higher levels and different degrees of the same kind of fear-based reality. When I mean fear-based, meaning you're not in control of it. We're not in control of it. We don't know. There's a lot stirring around. And I am an empath. Do you know what that means? That means I have the awareness when I walk into spaces where I can really feel the energy in that space, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's toxic. It's real. It's something I've always had. And it's a lot of people out here like me. You're like this too, but you just have to do the work to shed more of your pain, right? And it's a really great gift to have because that's how I'm able to help my clients too. I can feel into what they are experiencing. The other thing, because where you have blessings, you sometimes have burdens that come with that. Also, as an empath, I'm able to pick up pain. I'm able to absorb it. I know what to do with it. I know how to release it. But when I go into environments, I can kind of get a really good feel for what's happening. And what I can tell you is this: there are a lot of people, guys, who are walking around in fear. Fear creates pain. Fear creates pain. And I don't want anyone to be hit by anybody's fear or anyone's pain, because pain creates wounded people. We've all been hurt by somebody. It probably was somebody who was living in fear. It was probably someone who had been wounded themselves, didn't know any better, was taught misinformation. I don't know what we apply to that. But what I am saying to you, as someone who loves you, who loves humanity, who is a lifer, I'm only invested in you winning. Don't make a decision out of a painful place, particularly a big life-altering decision. Do not do it. Call me before you have to call the police. Let me just go real with y'all. Call me before you call the hospital. Call me before you have to call the attorney. Let's talk through it. I've been there. And I truly believe that I had to go there to help you from going there. You may not be able to get to your pastor to hear your story right now. Let me just tell you, real women and men of ministry are working tirelessly if they're really in the game right now. So it may not be easy for you to get to your pastor, and your girlfriends and your family members and people in your community, you may not want them to know. And even if you tell them, they may not handle your stuff well. They may not know what to tell you. They only think, They may be just say, I don't know, girl, but I will pray with you. And that might, and it's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, prayer goes a long way. But you may need a strategy. You may need somebody who is invested in your winning and changing whatever the outcome is, or preventing a terrible outcome. I've made decisions coming out of a state of pain, coming out of a state of fear, believing that that was the way, thinking through here, not listening to this without any other guidance. I've done that. And it's only by the grace of God did it not turn out as bad as it could have. Because God's grace is sufficient. But I just wanted to come on here today because I could not hardly sleep last night. So I know this message. No, I'm sorry. I slept throughout the night, but I woke up much earlier with this on my mind. So I knew that I was being directed by the source. Because somebody, or perhaps several of you, are in a space that I once was in, where I had to make a big decision, or I was feeling so uncomfortable, and that discomfort was leading me to have to make a decision. And because I made that decision in pain, in fear, in doubt, with that level of anxiousness, because I made that decision by myself, or maybe got some information that may not have been anything that I was open to at the time, because I may have thought that that person had an agenda behind that information. I just couldn't tell. I could not tell. But I made the decision anyway. It could have been a terrible outcome. I look back on it and I know that it was because of God's grace. It could have just been, y'all could have been reading about me on the front page of somebody's newspaper because I made decisions out of pain. You hear me? But you do have somebody now. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's make the right decision from the right space, with the right counsel, with the right intention, to arrive at the best outcome. Not at a outcome, the best outcome. Sisters, I've been through it. And I'm the happiest woman on the planet. I've had to make a lot of decisions. Brothers, you may need a sister to help you, just give you a great strategy. And whether that could be your personal life, business, navigating difficult times, marriage, divorce, children, having to move, find yourself in new spaces, having to make a quick move out of the country, whatever it is. Having to deal with death, having to deal with, a lot of loss, restructuring, rebuilding, whatever it is. Call me. I promise you. And if this is resonating with you, I want to tell you, I quite possibly could be the answer to the prayer you had this morning or last night or the week before. I don't know. I know I'm here to help somebody. I'm just putting the information out there for my tribe. So if that message resonated with you, I'm going to post the link. Go ahead, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Set up the consultation. Also, guys, my soul massage is happening this Sunday. For those of you who need a really good burst of good energy, who need to kind of pull off a lot of just release the stress and have a really great coaching session, which is in group form. No more than 10 people. Come to the Soul Massage Detox this Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. I created this 10 years ago. It was a hit then. I've made it virtual and affordable. So I'm going to post a link for that. Go ahead and claim your spot. And then, what else do I want to tell you? Oh, guys, go check me out over on YouTube. I started a channel. I'm going to start doing some things over there too. I mean, I'm just going all in to reach people who are having a difficult time in life right now. I've been there. And I know what you want. When I was going through that, I wanted peace of mind. I wanted joy, happiness. I wanted financial independence. I know what you wanted because I wanted it when I was in that space. Now, guess what? Let's go get it. I'm on the other side of it. God has blessed me immensely to get on the other side of it and now to come and help you. You do not have to do it by yourself. And I didn't do it by myself. I invested in years of coaching, years of healing. I invested in years of experience to shed a lot of stuff. But it was so worth it. It is so worth it. And now I just want to be a help to you, okay? So book your soul massage. Check me out on YouTube. You know, go over there and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Listen, the least you can do when they start talking crazy to you, you like, you know, you need to go and book a time with Latrice. She needs to help you take back your life. If you know somebody who is experiencing a TBYL moment, because we all visited at some point. You're not supposed to live in a TBYL moment. You visited, and somebody like myself, a life coach that helps you navigate things through your soul, I've helped pull you out of that moment so we can get back to freedom, which is peace of mind, joy, success, whatever that looks like for you. Your success and my success are two different pages in life. Okay? But where we can start, where you can always build success, is from a place of peace. Okay? So I really hope that was very helpful to you guys. I love you so much. I just really want the best for all of us. And that's coming from a real and authentic place. I know that 2020 has been, it's been a ride, right? And I love roller coasters. But this year, 2020 has had us all on a roller coaster. And you know what? When you're going on a roller coaster, and I've been in love with them since I've been on the planet, one thing I realize about it is that, you know, instead of resisting it, which makes it, oh, I'm afraid, you can't even enjoy it. You have to know how to roll with it. You know what I mean? You really have, because once you get on that ride, you're not in control. Well, guess what? You're not in control of this ride either. You're really not. And now things are being kind of shaken around. Things are being moved around and all of that. I get it. But at the end of the day, we're going to be all right. We really are. Those who want to be all right, right? And that's where coaching is needed. If you don't believe you're going to be all right, if you're terribly afraid of this, if you can't sleep, if you're living in a space of anxiousness, if you need to make some really good decisions right about here, here's your help, here's your support, and I am extending an invitation to work with you. I don't work with everybody, so let's just have the first consultation and we'll see where we go from there. But I want you to build a better relationship with your internal self. That's what I'm here for. This spiritual thing is real, and you are out in spiritual streets right now, and a lot of people aren't equipped. Well, that's okay. That's why you need a spiritual GPS, and that would be moi. All right? So listen, have a beautiful Tuesday. And I love you. I also, guys, join my mailing list so you can get updates on things I'm doing. I got some really great things that I'm going to be introducing you to. And I want you to be a part of it. And then help people that need this information. Help me get it. Help me spread the news. Okay? All right. Love you.